How to show intent during the cold approach. You're in a nightclub or during day game. How to show intent. Now this is a very good question. Usually guys, they cold approach and they want to show intent. They want to explain why they're there when they meet a girl for the first time. And I'm going to answer it for you guys. I'm hopefully going to squash this and finish it once and for all, and what I'm going to say is probably not what you're used to hearing. But before we kick it off, I'm Dave. This channel is dedicated to giving you no BS, novel dating advice for the modern man. Top link in the description to get some coaching with me. My communities are in the description, and my autobiography is in the description as well. So, how to show intent off the cold approach. Now, the most common one is you go over there, you go over there and you say, I saw you from over there. Like, you justify, you explain where you saw her from, because apparently that's not weird. You have to explain, like, I was over there, so I had to come over here and meet you, so I was over there. And then I came over here. She's like, oh, okay, you were over there, and then you came over to meet me. Okay, I got it now. I understand that now. And I think you're really pretty. I think you're adorable. I think you're cute. I think you look interesting. I think you are fascinating. I like your eyes. There's got to be some sort of intent. That's showing intent. And this is what most men think that are getting into pickup. They think that showing intent is going over there, explaining how you saw her, so how this conversation is going to start, because you visually saw her, you come over and then you're like, I'm attracted to you. Now, this is what's most common in it's very common in the industry. And it is very common for many coaches to teach this. But I would dare say very few have as much cold approach experience as me. I cold approach girls every single day. It's a little bit embarrassing how much cold approach I have done. Today I went for a good 2-3 hour walk solo. Made a lot of approaches. I'm doing it every day, and I've been doing it for a very long time. So I've got the experience up, and I've come to the conclusion from my own experience and through just helping other guys literally for free for years before I started this channel, decided to charge for my advice and my coaching. I don't think that you need to, as I put it, justify your existence. Now, I'm on camera and I'm talking to you. I didn't say, look, I decided to turn the camera on and I wanted to talk to you guys, so here I am. And you guys seem really awesome, so I just wanted to talk to you on camera. I don't need to justify my existence as a man. And that's something that I think you guys need to try to internalize a little bit deeper. Now, when you walk around and you go to the shop and you ask for something, you don't say, oh look, I'm kind of interested in buying something from this shop, and I saw it online, and then I decided to come all the way down here, and so that's why I'm asking you, how much is that item? You say, how much is that item? You just go over and ask for it. You don't walk around on tippy toes, like on eggshells, you know, worried about everybody judging your existence all the time, do you? Now, when you go speak to a girl, why do you need to justify going over and saying, hey? Why do you need to justify that at all? I would like to ask you guys, why do you need to justify it? Why do you need to go over and approach a girl, and the most common thing is, you see the guy is pointing, he's pointing over her shoulder, and she's there going, oh, okay, yeah, you saw me from over there? and you look adorable. You're adorable. You're amazing. So there's two phases to that. Why do you need to do that at all? I'd just like to open up a dialogue with you guys. Let me know in the comments. Why do you need to even do that? I would argue that you don't need to do that to show intent. The very fact that you're going over and saying hello is somewhat showing intent. Sure, she doesn't know if you're a charity worker. Sure, she doesn't know if you're trying to sell her something. Sure, she doesn't know if you know her from uni or work or mutual friends, or you're just coming over to ask her for change because you're homeless, or you're asking for a cigarette. She doesn't know. But does it matter? If she asks you, oh, are you selling me something? What's going on? Then you can explain it. I just wanted to come say hello. I just wanted to come say hello to you specifically. You don't need to justify your existence as a man. Now, this is something very hard to get through to some guys. Some guys that are indoctrinated by the false, in my opinion, false. This is just my opinion, right? This is just what has worked for me and what is so far seemingly working quite well for a lot of my clients at the moment. Is you don't need to justify your existence. You don't need to go over and give her a compliment. You don't need to explain why you came over to say hello. You just go over and say, hey, how you going? And now I had a bootcamp student on the weekend that is relatively new, really new to cold approach. He lost his virginity just before actually doing the boot camp with me, literally 5 weeks ago, something like that. And we had a few phone conversations and we were texting backwards and forwards. He was asking me lots of questions. Lost his virginity, then obviously was sold on my advice, became a believer, decided to do a boot camp. And the guy has lost his virginity, does a boot camp, and he has, at this point right now, just 2-day boot camp. He couldn't afford any more, just a uni student. He's also not a tall, jacked guy. He's a relatively thin, academic, studious type of a ABC type of a guy, Asian guy background. Day 2, he pulled a girl back to his bedroom. He could have pulled day 1, but I'm not a magician. He has so far pulled Monday, a different girl back to his bedroom. And he has since, well, I'm still coordinating him via the phone since. He has pulled Tuesday, a new girl back to his bedroom. And last night, Wednesday, he pulled to his bedroom and got laid. So he has, since boot camp, pulled Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and he's, I think, pulling right now, fingers crossed, with another girl. Now, one of the first questions was, why can't I just go over and just go, hey, I think you're cute, or hey, I had to come and talk to you because I saw you from over there. Just this small little thing about showing intent, I had to break that down and go, okay, you don't need to justify any of it. None of that. A real man doesn't justify his existence. Now, you will watch a lot of infields with a lot of PUAs, and they will go over and they'll you're really adorable, I had to see you. I would argue you don't need to do that. What has worked for me for many years is never, ever doing that. And if you are not sure, and you don't believe me, that's fine. I would recommend that you try it first. I would like to upturn all of the bad advice in the community, and this is one of those things. You don't need to justify your existence. You don't need to go over there and tell her she's pretty, she's interesting, you're attracted to her, she's adorable, which a lot of the real corny guys say. You don't need to explain it at all, in any way, shape or form. You just need to go over and say, hey. And obviously, if you're going to leave a comment going, so what do you say after hey? So is that your opener? Well, all I'm saying in this video is that you don't need to go over and explain how you saw her in the in the environment, how you saw her and how you went over to walked over to say hello to her. And two, you don't need to explain why. You don't need to justify your existence as a man. And men should stop justifying their existence. So if you want to leave a comment about what would I recommend you say, well, it's not anything that justifies your existence. You do not need to go over there and explain why you are doing something. You do not need to do that, because that's not what a boss does. Okay, and so my goal is to coach bosses, guys that are proper men that don't justify their existence, and if anyone questions their existence, they go, I'll do whatever I want, thank you very much. And they don't justify their existence to anybody. So hopefully that has helped, and hopefully you guys can start to adopt this mindset. You don't need to justify your existence. If anyone queries you why you're standing there, you say, mind your own business. Why are you standing there? And showing intent, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this in any way, shape or form. I don't think you need to give her a compliment. You don't need to explain why you're there. I think I've said that many times during this video. I'm avoiding explaining how I would go about it, because that's what I save for my bootcamp students. A lot of the free content that I'll give out here, I'm not going to reveal all of the secrets, but ultimately you don't need to justify your existence. I'll see you guys in the next video.